storytelling over the years should be, I mean, it's like we can write an academic paper on it. You can research it and stuff like that. So in that sense, I don't really exactly know fully what is happening in the industry over the last so many years because I don't always keep in touch with everything. I don't watch everything.
Absolutely.
Only I have like a close circle and, like some critics who I may trust. And so only something which is very good will I actually bother to watch.
Right.
That I've heard that this is good. Otherwise, there's too much to watch nowadays.
Absolutely.
And sometimes even the ones which have made a lot of money, I've heard that, they have very regressive values and all, and it's not for me.
Right.
It's working for other people, that's great, but it's not for me, so I don't bother.
My main aim for the season was to not take back home a cold, which I think I successfully did. I didn't get sick.
Nice. Very good. If you were a critic for this particular series, what would you say in 3 words?
Bigger, better, wetter. 3 words.
How many stars after 5?
26 7 stars.
Wow, nice.
Hello and welcome to News 18 Showsha. Today we have with us the wonderful cast of Mumbai Diaries Season 2 and Nikhil from Prime Video. Nikhil, we'll start with you. When this came to you, it started with 26/11 and right now with the 26 July project. Could you tell us, what was that one thing that was sure that this show has to get a Season 2?
Basically, when we're commissioning a new story, the 2 things that we really ask ourselves is that is this story unique and compelling, and why is now the right time to be telling this story? And while we were creating Season 1, we realized that the world of Mumbai Diaries is not just limited to the events of Season 1, the kind of characters that were being written and created, and the depth that we were going into with each character meant that, this is a story that can sort of move forward. And what also happened was that with the pandemic, just the role of the medical community in our lives became so important, how selflessly they sort of moved ahead and prioritized others. And we felt that any show that sort of celebrates their achievements and their narrative must be brought back as quickly as possible. And so while we were developing the second season, this happened. Season 1 launched. Season 1 was a great success. It's one of our most loved shows that we put together on Prime Video. So all of it came together in a way that this is a show that fans have loved. It talks about people who've done so much for us, especially in the last 2 years. So the timing was great. And, it's even when the first season launched, it was so unique and distinctive from anything else. Almost like the first of its type medical drama, which has really set a benchmark for medical dramas in the country. True. And in every aspect, whether it's production design, whether it's direction, the performances of the cast, very, very unique and distinctive, and just the perfect timing to be telling this story. And the name is Mumbai Diaries, and what more that signifies the essence of Mumbai than Mumbai rains. So this is a story which is very uniquely Mumbai.
But it's relatable beyond Mumbai.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, every Indian is aware of the monsoon and what impact it has in Mumbai, and a lot of other people also face it. But the way this story is told, it's it's really unique to this city. So this is the only city in which we could tell the story as well.
True.
So yeah, lots of things came together, and here we are as. This is the fastest second season that we're doing for, just within 2 years of the launch. So that gives you a sense of how we're looking forward to Season 2.
I understand. Ma'am, coming to you, we all know that the story of 26/11 also and 26 July also is very close to every Mumbaiker. Especially I was a child when July 26th happened, and my mother was out on the road and stuff. She was stuck and stuff. So it's very close to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So when narrating such kind of a story and when you're being a part of it, how much of an importance is it for you also to experience the sensitivity probably that the crowd has?
See, this now, you can't be an insensitive person and suddenly come to a particular script or a particular set and then suddenly become sensitive.
True. Absolutely.
So it is your mental makeup, and sometimes you gravitate towards certain stories and certain scripts because of that also. So I feel even the makers, like for MA, this... both seasons, of course, it's like, I guess, crisis after crisis, and I don't know what crisis will come next. But even then, I think for both seasons, it has been handled very sensitively, because these are I mean, these are, what do you call it? I don't know, living memories. People are actually walking around with these memories. I remember I moved to Mumbai in the year of the flood, as I call it, because it's like a biblical catastrophe, you know. And I moved to Mumbai just a few weeks after it happened, and everything had been finalized. And I remember me and my family, my friends watching it on TV, looking at the newspaper, thinking, shit, maybe, you know, this is not a good idea. And then, of course, one has heard about the spirit of Mumbai and all of that. And even coming from Calcutta, one is used to heavy rains, but not at this level. So I feel like, you know, this is something, perhaps the sensibility and the sensitivity was already there. But for me personally, what, you know, the stories behind the frontline workers is not really something which I have on my own thought about as such, sadly. Because when it's a moment of crisis, you're kind of, you know, you're thinking about yourself, you're thinking about your close people. You know, you're not thinking about the service providers as much, sadly. And now today it's something that, you know, we are also aware of, because it's not just doctors, but, you know, as we were saying earlier, it's the entire infrastructure. It's the ward boys, it's the hospital staff, it's the nurses, it's the interns and everybody. And it's all been handled very sensitively. I was so happy to see that.
That's nice. Mohit, coming to you, you know, the character that you don is again in the limelight after you're one of the main characters you're known for, you know. So tell us your experience as a doctor. I mean, did you ever imagine that, you know, a doctor back at the hospital during this point of time would have gone through such kind of, you know, crisis situations himself?
Well, initially we were not really exposed to a lot of hidden gems of this. I think, but during the research of season 1, there were a lot of incidents and a lot of stories that Nikhil sir had shared with us. He made us meet a lot of hospital staff also who narrated us stories and who made us realize that what all they went through during those times. So we had an idea. During season 2, we were already prepared because we had shot season 1 and we knew that how medical fraternity goes through. But it was not only about, I think, the medical professionals as such, like their profession, but it was more about the human stories, their human resilience, I would say. You know, in season 2, if you see, the backdrop always will be the medical fraternity and the hospital. But what all they have gone through, what has that nurse gone through, what has the watchman gone through, what has the security guard gone through, what has the journalist gone through, you know. So I think all that really adds to the value and it adds to the connection that the audience will have with you. So I think this season is this is what I feel, it's going to be
Bigger,
accepted and better, only better, accepted by the audience. Because I personally feel this has more emotions. There was a lot of race against time in the first one because you need to save yourself. In this one, it's about being in the moment and, you know, trying to stay intact. And this has more helping others and having more emotional value. So I think this will resonate more with people.
Right.
Let me guess.
Yes.
How does it feel playing a journalist again?
No. I'm very sorry. Rather, I have a very interesting take on this for you. You've been in Chup also as a journalist. I think as a
critic.
Yes,
I would like to clarify I was a film critic in that wonderful film.
I was just coming to that. So if you were a critic for this particular series, you know, what would you say in 3 words?
Bigger, better, wetter. 3 words.
How many stars after 5?
26 7 stars.
Wow, nice.
Nice. No, so tell us about your experience with both of them, you know, and the whole cast of the series.
This season they kept me away from everybody. Yeah.
Why?
Because she's too much fun, no? Always distracting us with food and fun and chats.
But this time I really actually didn't have scenes with. I mean, we had one.
Yeah.
We had one scene, but Coco and I didn't have any scenes. We had like a passing shot maybe.
He's the next person to tell you. Agle season mein, please.
So I mean, unfortunately, because this time because Mansi has been promoted to a primetime news anchor, so she is sequestered in her studio for the most part. But again, events lead her to go some places, and she somehow finds her way back into the hospital, just like in the first season, where she did it deliberately. This time it is, I'm not going to say much, but it's not out of choice that she comes back to the hospital, and that's when she again finds herself crossing paths with all these wonderful people.
Right. Konkona, I'm coming back to you. You know, storytelling has changed big time. You know, you being a filmmaker yourself, and you know, coming to short stories like an anthology film that you recently did and a movie like Death of Gunjan stuff and all. So how would you say storytelling has changed over the period, evolved probably over the years, if that's okay to ask?
No, it's fine to ask. I don't know if I have any answers as such. Storytelling over the years should be, it's like we can write an academic paper on it. You can research it and stuff like that. So in that sense, I don't really exactly know fully what is happening in the industry over the last so many years because I don't always keep in touch with everything. I don't watch everything.
Absolutely.
Only I have like a close circle and, like some critics who I may trust. And so only something which is very good will I actually bother to watch.
Right.
That I've heard that this is good. Otherwise, there's too much to watch nowadays.
Absolutely.
And sometimes even the ones which have made a lot of money, I've heard that, they have very regressive values and all, and it's not for me.
Right.
It's working for other people, that's great, but it's not for me. So I don't bother in that sense. What is nice is that thanks to OTT platforms, I would say that, we are able to actually make short films, we can make web series, we can make docu-series, you can make, whatever, documentaries and all kinds of films. And therefore, you can also cast all kinds of people. A lot of actors who may not have gotten a chance to shine on the big screen may have gotten that opportunity now. A lot of technicians all the time have work. The only thing I would say is that OTTs should also be collaborative, with the artists, with the technicians, because in that sense, right now, OTTs have also started going towards stars, I'm sorry to say, bichara ye akela baitha hai yahan pe. But I'm generally saying because, and that's fine, of course, there should be all kinds of, web series, some with big stars and some maybe with not big stars, that's also fine. But what happens is, what I've understood is that the budget of a show is usually dependent on the star.
True.
And not on the content so much. So that's, I feel a little inconvenient sometimes to tell a story. But, I may be mistaken.
No problem.
No, you are not.
Coming to you, tell us, do you feel it's a very good time to be an actor, especially since the onset of OTT that has been there in the industry now?
Oh yeah, not especially being an actor. I think in all the ways, you are connected to the industry, be a technician, be behind the camera, DOP, stylist, or everybody. There's more work happening and there's more employment happening, and as an actor, obviously, you have more creative freedom because the stories are different. I feel really lucky that I'm in that phase where you dedicate 4 months of your life to a project. You do your 1 month Capri production and shoot for 3 months and you're done.
Right.
You've lived a character for that much time. And in the OTT space, especially in the series with their 7-8 episodes, you have a nice arc to make. You have a good amount of time, and you can rectify those mistakes in second season also. So I think it's. I'm very happy and I'm content to be here right now.
Nice. Shreya, please tell us, your experience, doing this character, and what have you taken back from your character probably this time?
See, I was
not that you're not familiar with journalism now.
I was just, my main aim for the season was to not take back home a cold. Which I think I successfully did. I didn't get sick.
Nice. Very good. No, but on a serious note, like anything else that probably that'll stay with you for a while.
No, it's always a lot of fun, because we spoke about this earlier, but this is not an easy show to mount or to make. So a lot of credit to our crew and for the immense team that actually came together to make something like this, because it's unprecedented. I mean, to handle water, to handle rain, to handle so many different actors, to handle stunt work, and to keep everything, hygienic and sanitary. It's a big task, and I'm actually quite astounded that we pulled this off, that they helped us pull it off, and it's pretty awesome to be a part of something like this. It really is.
That's nice. Nikhil, so lastly to you, when it comes to OTT, like all of them have said, content right now is what is making the buzz is all about content right now. So how important is it for you to choose the right content for your platform?
In one word, very important, or whatever, two words. But I think the philosophy at Prime Video has really been that can we find stories which are unique and compelling, and can we collaborate with makers who are really passionate about the story they want to tell. These, especially on the series front, from the day you start to the time that the show actually launches on the platform, that journey could be anything from 2.5 to 4 years. So if you don't have passion on both sides, it's very difficult to sustain that. And that's why the vision of the maker is extremely important. How keen they are to tell the story, it's extremely important. And over a period of time, once you're able to sort of create shows and create characters that people love, every new show comes with that much credibility, but also that much more pressure to say, you have to get it right. To Konkana's point, one of the things which have been, especially at Prime Video, something we're quite proud of, is that we always focus on writing the script first, and as a result, both the budget of the show, etc., is actually not linked to who's going to star, because till the time the script is finished, we don't even know who's actually going to be playing the lead role. Only after the script is fully done is when we move into casting. And if you see just the last year, between shows like Bombay Meri Jaan or Made in Heaven or Jubilee, none of these are actually frontlined by your typical stars, but these are not, these are amongst the most expensive shows on OTT, and all of them have been extremely well received. So, we seem to be doing something which is right. There's also the other aspect, which is people have started consuming content in multiple languages. So today, an average Prime Video customer will be streaming content in a minimum of 4 languages. So if you're a Tamil consumer, you're watching Hindi content, English content, Tamil content, Spanish content, German content. So, just the access has become so easy, and very happily, even the reverse. So much of the stories that we're producing from India, especially on Prime Video, are traveling outside. We launch them day and date in 250 countries and territories. And there are people from all over the world who are, watching these shows. And as I was saying earlier, somewhere between 20 to 25% of our viewership actually comes from people who are not living in India. And this is not just the Indian diaspora. So that's a really big audience that we have. And that's why choosing, great stories is extremely important. It really starts from there. And everything else is what you do to, improve the access of those stories.
True.
And, hopefully we'll continue to keep doing that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much on that one. Thank you so much, guys, for your time.
Thank
and it was
you.
lovely having on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Madhok.
Hi, I'm Shreya Dhanwanthary.
Hi, I'm Konkona.
Hi, I'm Mohit Raina. You're watching us on News 18 Showsha.